If you look back at a time when you were highly functioning, where you felt like you had the most authentic version of yourself at your disposal 24/7, likely it's going to be some time when you were a kid. Maybe 10, maybe 7, maybe 13, maybe just a year ago, maybe when you were 17, 18. But now things have changed. You feel a little bit more slow, you feel a little bit more insecure, you feel a little bit like people are viewing you and constantly thinking about you, and you feel like the odd one out. You feel as if you're not true to yourself. You feel as if you can't be true to yourself. And likely the reason for all those things, likely the reason that you can't be true to yourself, likely the reason that you can't be authentic, likely the reason that you can't be genuine, it's because of your actions. What you do day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, what happens in your mind, body, and spirit are impure. They're not good. They're either hedonistic or selfish or everything, like that. They're fundamentally not selfless, compassionate, loving. They're on the other end of the spectrum, which is diabolical and wicked. For example, chronic porn addiction, which is on the up and up for the past 20 plus years because politicians and profiteers that have made the Western society have invested millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to corrupt fathers' daughters, fathers' sons, to sell their bodies. Everybody partakes in porn. Every single person that is watching this video has watched porn, probably at a exceptionally young age. You probably have a porn addiction right now. Hell, I probably have a porn addiction right now. You probably have a weed addiction. You probably have a drug addiction. Everybody suffers from these very short-term, short-acting, dopaminergically releasing behaviors that are definitively called hedonistic behaviors like sexual immorality, sexual perversion, substance abuse, shopping, consumerism, pursuit of aesthetic pleasures, gambling and risk-taking, and social media. All these things are all these things are literally the antithesis of anything positive, anything forward moving, anything healthy. It is the opposite of everything like that. And your spirit and your mind and your body fundamentally have a great understanding on what the actions that you actually do, what the actions repercussions are. So take, Bob and take Timmy. Timmy works ass off every single day. He does his good works. He's authentic. He's truthful. He doesn't partake in hedonistic pleasures like the things that I just listed off. And he stays true to what he thinks is light, what he thinks is good, what he thinks is just. And take Bob. Bob is the antithesis of Timmy, or whatever name I said. I think it was Timmy. Bob partakes in porn. He has a porn addiction. He smokes weed every single time he wakes up. He doesn't have a job. He lives with his parents still. His parents dislike him for this. Bob has the lowest serotonin levels you could possibly imagine, whereas Timmy has higher serotonin levels. Why? Because internally, they're judging themselves so deeply to the point they don't even realize they're judging themselves. And this leads to insecurity. This leads to confidence. This leads to competence. The actions that you do day to day, minute to minute, truly self-define who you are. Even just internally, your view on yourself completely relies on your actions in day to day. It doesn't even matter if anybody sees you masturbate to hardcore rape porn. It doesn't matter. The fact is that you see that, and we're made in the intelligent design of God. Therefore, God sees that. But God in this equation is your deep subconscious. Your deep subconscious is mad at you. Your deep subconscious is obviously going to make you insecure. Your deep subconscious is obviously going to make you hate yourself because you're not doing anything good. You're not doing anything highly contributing to society. Nobody is looking at you for guidance. Nobody is looking at you for help. You can't even give a helping hand. This isn't directed at you, by the way. I'm sure anybody watching this is a great person. Just because you're watching this, I mean, that's like kind of rare within itself. It takes a special person to watch this type of content is what I'm saying. It's long form, not short term, dopaminergically releasing. Obviously, you're probably an exception. However, I'm kind of in the video game community, so at the same time, a lot of these people have or are suffering with, say, porn addiction or drug addiction or short-term hedonistic behavior, which playing video games is closely approximating short-term dopaminergically releasing behavior. However, it might be a little bit justified because we live in such a fallen world. The point, men's whole desire and want for progression and fulfilling goals is very offset. So it's sad, but video games are a necessary supplementation and or substitution for a men's driving purpose, which is probably the saddest thing I've said on this channel, but it's true. The human mind, in essence, is more of a muscle than anything else. What goes in must come out. You have to put good things into your mind, and the only way you can do that is through your actions, is through what you think. Even perverse thoughts make your deep subconscious have a lower thought about you. Like literally everything that you do, first of all, in my opinion, God's watching, but more, precisely, more evolutionarily, more biologically, more secular, you're watching. Your subconscious is always watching you. And we're the greatest judges of ourselves, whether we know it or not. A lot of people have a poor judgment on themselves and actually perversely get off on the fact that they do. They like being a bad person. They like the fact that they have all these surface level addictions. They like the fact that people feel bad for them. It's real. You could be one of these people, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be one of these people at all. You could take change and take charge right now. And I don't care about being fake with you guys or putting on a persona or keeping information from you guys. The best way to revamp your life and, take charge of yourself is to look to a higher power. This is God for a lot of people. This is Jesus Christ for a lot of people. This is Muhammad. This is, different prophets. Nietzsche in the 1900s has this idea called Übermensch, which in German translates to Superman. Superman meaning, a pure, authentic, genuine. It's a superhuman. It's a Superman. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what I'm saying. Be that. You're able to under any condition. You could be a 4-foot obese gay midget. Sorry, that was completely bizarre, but you could take charge. Take charge and be the best 4-foot, 3-foot gay midget on planet Earth, and that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Living in wicked ways, living in hedonistic ways, living in selfish ways. Evolutionarily, life is going to serve you the consequences. And those consequences are going to be you looking at your life and thinking, wow, 20, 30 years passed, and this is what I've done with everything? Who am I? I thought I would be somewhere by this age. I swear I was going to start that business 3 years ago. I swear I was going to make $1 million by the time I'm 20. I thought this. What happened? Mental perversion, wickedness, behavior that is outside of God, behavior that is outside of what is right. Like, this is very real stuff. We live in the most fallen, degenerative society and world we have ever lived in since time millennia. By many, many, many aspects and many, many, many factors, we've fallen far, far, far from the tree. And that's just the plain truth of it. Nobody is going to save you. Your government is not going to save you. Your mom is not going to save you. Your dad is not going to save you. God is not going to save you. God is holding his hands out to you and deeply embedding consciousness into you to understand what is right from wrong and understand that you need to just produce good works and be kind and loving to people, and you'll be rewarded for that. You will be rewarded for not being a wicked soul. You were not born a wicked soul. You were not born deeply sinful. I think that's bullshit when people say that. You were born a clean slate. And obviously humans are messy, just innately. But you were born a clean slate. And in my opinion, through rebuction and self-forgiveness and deep self-actuality and conception, you don't have to be stuck, is what I'm saying. You don't have to be stuck in your ways. You don't have to be stuck in your addictions. You don't have to be stuck in the surface level grunge that you somehow have gotten stuck in. You don't need to. People want you to get better. People want you to fight. Just get out of your own way. And the best way to do that is to stop doing things that you deeply know are bad, even if no one's watching. In fact, the things that you do that you know are bad and that nobody is watching are genuinely the worst things you can do. Stop your porn addiction. Even if it's soft porn, stop porn addiction. Stop your masturbation addiction. Stop your marijuana addiction. Produce good works. Help your family. Help your community if you don't have a family. Help your friends. We live in such a disheartened society to the point we don't think people need us. We don't think anybody needs us. But you need yourself. At least. Hopefully that's all you needed to hear. Environmental toxins, physical neglect, substance abuse, dietary abuse, unsolved trauma, distraction and overstimulation, negative thought patterns. These are all things that we could conceptualize, put aside, and work on them individually. If you work on all these things individually, over time, over weeks, just try it. Just try 1 week doing everything that you deeply know you need to do, and you do. You genuinely know what you need to do. Don't bullshit me. You truly do. You know what you need to do. Just for 1 week, just for 2 weeks, try this. And your conception on yourself is going to skyrocket. I promise you. Your serotonin levels, your competence, your confidence, it's going to get better. Your subconscious is going to be rewarding you. Evolution is going to be rewarding you. Adaptation is going to be rewarding you. Because we live in a very deeply balanced, structured reality. What goes in, comes out. It's a balanced structure. It's a bounce, if you will. Stop with the escapism. Stop with the greed. And get into yourself. Get to know yourself. It's going to be ugly, and it's going to be painful, and it's going to be hard. But just do it for a while. And in the back of your mind, have the Ubermensch right there with its hand casted away upon yours, trying to get your grasp. Because that's you. That's you in the future. That's the person that your 10-year-old self was conceptualizing being, but actually is no longer that. Fallen short, have we all. We all fall short. But we don't have to. So come on, guys, let's get the fuck back on the road, you know what I'm saying? So a big part of this is self-forgiveness and letting go of things that either people have done to you in the past, that you've done to yourself in the past, that you continue to do to yourself. It's okay. We all make mistakes. But the thing that isn't okay is thinking that you're defined by your mistakes. Thinking that they're going to hold you back, which they are if you don't take reins, if you don't take grasp of the situation and flip a 180. I hope you could understand the summary and conception on this video. Your mind is a pathway, and perversion, infidelity, wickedness, hedonism, they get stuck on the pathway, and it slows you down. It makes you think of yourself poorly. It makes your serotonin levels literally plummet. Just reverse it. You know what you need to do. Go to the gym 30 minutes to an hour a day, every single day. Wake up earlier than you have been. Drink more water. Pray to your future. Give thanks to what you have right now. Set goals. Set goals for yourself. Set goals for your community. Set goals for whole society. Set goals for your whole civilization. And give thanks that you're able to do that. Give thanks that you're able to be alive right now, watching this video, taking breaths. That is a big deal. The pure miracle that you're alive should really get you off your ass. Maybe it takes me to tell you that. I've been out of the video business for like 4 or 5 months now, you know, struggling with all these things that I've listed in the video. And I know very well that the only person that needs to get out of your way is yourself. And you're very much able to do that. From the bottom of my heart, you truly are. It just takes you to do it. It really does. So just do it, man. You got it. Much love, homies. I'll see you in the next one.